As Director of Pandemic Defense, the International Biosecurity Agency, you are the last barrier against a global outbreak. Win the war on disease. Quarantine. Fight to survive.
Well, it looks like while sitting in quarantine, we shall be playing some Quarantine. About sometime in January, I forget exactly when, I uploaded a Plague Inc. video on coronavirus, and lo and behold, it has since been declared a pandemic. Quarantine is a similar concept to Plague Inc. The primary difference is instead of trying to spread the disease and wipe out humanity, you're attempting to stop the spread of the disease and save humanity. Okay, so we're going to be playing on easy, because I'm not very familiar with this game. I've played it a little bit, not the best. Let's get started. So, taking on COVID-19, or otherwise known as coronavirus, we can either have a security operative, a medic, a diplomacy leader, or a scientist. And essentially, they each have their own abilities. This person is really good at quarantining, this person is really good at healing, this person's very good at getting money, and this person's very good at research, or at least collecting samples for research. So I'm thinking we start with a diplomat. Alrighty, so we're going to be jumping into some Quarantine. And yes, I'm playing from Quarantine. And also, yes, we're playing with coronavirus as our virus. So, as that is our microbe of choice, it has started in Hong Kong, Mumbai, and Kinshasa? Anyways, and it's going to spread around the world. We have 4 starting locations for our headquarters: LA, London, Cairo, and Tokyo. I think the only 2 that make sense are Tokyo and Cairo, and I'll probably go with Cairo because I would kind of want to get Africa quarantined off before, so I can focus on treating Asia. Like, I don't want to have to focus on multiple locations or focus on one thing and then the other. We also need an office. So let's put an office up right there.
We're done here.
And that's all we can do with her in this moment, but that's alright. We're gonna end our turn. Okay, the other thing I forgot to do is we need to select a research. So we're going to start with mutation inhibitor, because we do not want the virus to mutate, because that could be catastrophic. Let's go back to the map. So if we stick someone here, we could start quarantining if I get a operative right now. And we could still build another office if we choose this person. It's tricky. You know what? It's only in 2 locations in Africa. I think that's what I'm gonna have to go with.
Operation is a success.
Okay, we're gonna need to... I was gonna say build an office in Bangkok, but we can't. Lovely. Okay. Office, Bangkok, go.
The work is finished.
You need to quarantine this, because you're useless. And we'll end our turn. Oof, okay. can we get another operative? We can. I really need a scientist. But also, at the same time, I kind of need another person to do some quarantining.
Happy to be here.
You can't even quarantine there, but you know what you could do? You could treat.
Done and done.
And you can't quarantine either, because you're useless. That'll make you sample.
The work is finished.
And you haven't done anything because you're useless, so let's go ahead and have you sample up there.
Piece of cake.
Okay, so once we get a few more samples, we can start work on either birdborne transmission or viral hemorrhagic fever. Oof. Okay, it's getting really bad in Asia right now.
New details emerged.
A large religious cult called the Children of Restoration is telling its members that coronavirus, or COVID-19, was created by God to select his chosen few, and that getting infected is the only way towards spiritual salvation and life after death. So we can do nothing. We can have an awareness campaign, or we can lobby to outlaw the cult. So we're just going to do an awareness campaign, even though that means we're going to have no money to do anything else. I'm thinking we're spreading probably to Istanbul soon, so we'll get an office over here.
The work is finished.
Can you do anything? No? Okay, that's what I thought.
Another success.
Because you were not successful. You can sample.
Done.
Okay. Okay, he needs to quarantine Perth. Like immediately.
We finished a new technology.
Well, good for us.
The job's finished.
Quarantine there.
Mission accomplished.
Can we build another office? How many offices do we have? We have 4 out of 5. So we can have one more office. I think it's worth it, to be honest, because we need the money. Question is, I think I'll stick it here.
All clear.
So we've got one here, one here, one here, one here. We don't have any down there, which is a little problematic, but we'll worry about that later. I guess we have Bangkok, which is kind of near there.
There's been a situation.
Oh, wait. A high-ranking statesman of this country has been diagnosed with coronavirus some time ago. He's now desperate and has contacted us to offer his full financial backing if we agreed to provide him with the best treatment option that we have. So we can refuse because we don't offer special treatment to anyone regardless of social status, or we can give in, but that will regress us. But we really could use that extra 30 grand. Like, we could buy a scientist. I'm gonna do it. Sorry. The reality is, if you're rich, you do get special treatment. Whether we like that reality or not, that is the reality of our world. Okay. Let's hire a scientist. He can... I guess we can start him here.
Let's get to work.
And he can sample. See, because we just gained
No
3
problem.
samples, and that dude basically paid for this with his
We're done here.
gift of monies. And then you can sample, I suppose.
Operation is a success.
So we've completed the mutation inhibitor. Now we need improved microbial cultures. Eventually I want to work down towards disinfect, which basically means if you heal a city completely, it cannot be reinfected. So there's different paths you can go down. This is the quarantine path if you're going to have security operatives. This is the healing one. This is the diplomatic one. And then this is the science one. So we're going to do this because ultimately, ultimately we need to work on our research. Let's go to the lab. We can start research. Let's reduce mutations first, and then we can reduce spread next. Okay, we're getting pretty high up here. If this gets all the way full, we lose. So I'm gonna have this lady treat.
Mission complete.
To reduce that. He is going to continue sampling.
In the bag.
You are gonna quarantine there and somehow get injured even though that's your job. And then you can get quarantining
All
over
clear.
there. Okay, I think we're mostly getting this under control. The only issue is we now need to come up with a cure and keep this from getting this, keeping the infected cities from becoming too infected. Bird infections. Coronaviruses jumping across species. Outbreaks are spreading amongst humans that come in contact with infected birds. So we can apply bird nests, or nets. Cost $10,000 and reduces the infection if it were successful. We can raise awareness, which will quarantine, also cost $10,000. We can analyze, which will cost $10,000 and give us 1 research point if we're successful, or we can do nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and say let's apply bird nets, because you know what? We don't need it quarantined. It's back next to a bunch of other infected cities. So our best bet at this point is to, in my opinion, just keep on keeping on. So we can have this lady start healing or treating things.
Mission complete.
And this guy can keep researching.
Done.
He got all the samples. Okay, you can treat this city again.
All too easy.
So this is gonna take 5 turns. This one will take 7. Cool, cool. Okay, the city just got reinfected, but that's alright. It was infected to begin with.
Mission accomplished.
I'm gonna have you treat,
The job's finished.
and I'm gonna have you treat.
All too easy.
And you're gonna sample, because you're sample
Done.
dude. Oof. Maybe should have had him treat as well. Kind of feel like this lady's useless now. Kind of want to sell her for a medic, but I don't know if that takes away one of our offices. Oof.
Field report.
Viral hemorrhagic fever. The infected are suffering an extreme and nasty form of fever that culminates in massive internal bleeding. Holy crap. It is terrifying and sudden. So we can set up blood transfusions, which is 100% successful and only costs $5,000, and it will reduce the infection. Or we can isolate and monitor, which will quarantine this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this one because we don't need
Technology research complete.
We don't need a quarantine over there. Okay. Here's the thing. We kind of need to dismiss this lady and hire this dude. Okay, it didn't get rid of one of our offices, so that's fine. So now we're gonna get a medic. And we're
Ready
gonna have
for
him
orders.
spawn in Bangkok, and he needs to start treating immediately, because... And he got hurt on his first attempt. Lovely, dude. You're just amazing.
Finished here.
Okay. I'm gonna have you treat.
That was close.
And you got injured as soon as you treated. Lovely. Everyone's dying. I guess I was gonna say, you know what? Let's just treat.
In
If
the
he
back.
dies, then he dies. We'll hire someone new. We've got lots of money. Okay, you need to treat.
No regrets.
And he died. Well, you know what? We'll hire
moment
just
to lose.
another lady, and she will treat and do the same
clear.
thing. And do it 10 times better, apparently. So, I don't know why we had him in the first place. He was useless.
The work is finished.
Okay. Do 2 more turns, then it will mutate less, and then we can reduce the spread actions. Okay.
The situation is evolving.
Okay, so Bangkok's in anarchy. Authorities are struggling to maintain general law and order. Mass panic and protest has boiled over into anarchy and lawlessness. So we can deploy a peacekeeper, which only has a 65% chance of success, and it costs 10 grand. And if we fail, it would be very bad. If we fail here, it would be very bad. Yeah, I mean, we have lots of money. Let's just curfew. And then you can treat and do it 10 times
Mission complete.
better than your male counterpart. And we kind of need you to treat up there.
A little too intense.
Why is everyone so close to dying? Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. You can treat.
We're done here.
So at the moment it looks like Africa doesn't have any infections, although it could become reinfected with intensify actions. This guy needs to heal because he's a big buffoon,
Finished.
and he didn't even heal completely because he's the world's biggest buffoon. Okay, she's gonna have to start healing Hancock, Hong Kong,
We've made progress toward a cure.
and then Tokyo.
Still alive.
Okay, well, she finally got injured. This guy needs to heal.
Operation complete.
At least he's got a lot of health. Okay, you need to sample.
In the bag.
Oof, I kind of need her to leave Africa because... You know what, we'll have her sample.
All too easy.
This is not ideal. Okay, how are we doing over here? So we've researched viral hemorrhagic fever, and we're one step closer to eradicating the disease. So we're halfway to the cure. So now we're going to research bird-borne transmission, and if we complete that within 7 turns, which we should, we will have a cure. But we also need to keep this from getting all the way full before then, or spreading to new regions.
We've finished a new technology.
Okay, you need to treat Hong Kong.
All clear.
You need to treat over here. Oh,
Done.
we need to get Tokyo so bad. Okay, do we need... No, we have tons of samples. Who can... Oh, hang on a sec. We can only... I was gonna say I can fire someone and replace them, but there's no one who can...
Mission
There's
accomplished.
no other medics because the other one died. So we're just gonna have to have this guy go to Tokyo and this girl go to this place up here. Oh, I totally didn't realize that this was causing chaos. Okay. You're gonna treat over here and hopefully not die.
Mission complete.
Thank you. You're gonna treat here and hopefully not die.
Success.
And you are gonna be not useless and you're gonna quarantine this
I
place.
failed you.
Of course he died. Who has more health? She does. Okay, well you're going here and you're gonna quarantine. Thank you.
Operation is a success.
Okay, we're gonna start disinfect because once we get that, we can keep cities clear from infection, which is ideal. Okay. Let's end our turn, I guess. Oof, this is getting serious.
Urgent news from the field.
Okay, so our operative reports the population here is on the verge of panic. One spark and the situation might turn dire. The last thing we need is the infected out on the streets. Okay, so we can spend money in quarantine, or spend less money and resolve the situation. I guess might as well quarantine. The other thing wasn't going to benefit us at all. So...
Another success.
okay, so Tokyo is much better.
Operation complete.
That's a little bit better. You can treat there.
Operation is a success.
That's a little bit better. So we're keeping this from getting any worse, but we're also not really improving upon it. So for the time being, you can sample.
All too easy.
Okay, how's our lab looking? Disinfect in 3 turns, and we'll have the cure in 4 turns. So as long as we can keep this down, we should be good. Although I can't have
Field
the
report.
disease spreading. Okay, coronavirus is jumping across species. Outbreaks are spreading amongst humans that come in contact with infected birds. So we can apply bird nets, which will reduce infection. We can raise awareness, which will quarantine. We can analyze, which will give us research samples, or we can do nothing. I'm going to go ahead and apply bird nets because we need to reduce the infection to keep this low. And then what we will do is we will have this lady treat,
Piece of cake.
and then we'll have this lady treat,
Keeping me on my toes.
and she's almost dead, but at least we got the infection down. And then we've got this lady who can quarantine. Cool.
Operation is a success.
Oh, and then this dude. Well, you can treat Hong Kong.
Done and done.
She's gonna need to heal up next round. Ooh, these intensify actions. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna quarantine.
The work is finished.
You're gonna treat and not get hurt.
Finished.
Thank you. And you are going to heal.
The job's finished.
Okay, so she's mostly healed. This lady can, I don't know, sample. We have nothing
All
for her
clear.
to do, but I don't want this spreading. So we sort of built like a wall right along here. Okay, everyone's done everything. Let's just, I think we're about to get disinfect. Which means once you clear a city, it can no longer become reinfected through intensify actions.
An update from our engineers.
Awesome. Okay. We can hire another operative. Do-do-do. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Because it'd be nice to have one more person. I just realized I don't think I did my turn. I just hit end turn.
We just received this report.
Coronavirus has contaminated the local poultry. Extermination efforts are being met with fierce resistance from the powerful industry. Well, we need to resolve this, so we're going to go ahead and shut down the poultry farms.
The disease has been vanquished. Congratulations.
We did it, guys. We quarantined coronavirus from within quarantine until we found a cure. And we lost some operatives, spent a lot of money. We were playing on easy. Took quite a few turns, but we did it. Never said I was great at this. Anyways, stay healthy, wash your hands, social distance. Thanks for watching.